Alright, so I'm just going through the process of just lapping the valves and the valve seats. So all I'm doing is basically using the wire brush on the drill to clean out any like built up carbon and a little bit of surface rust since I've cleaned it last time. And then I've got the suction cup lapping tool and just valve grinding compound from Super Cheap Auto. So basically once you're happy to start and you've cleaned off as much as you can with the wire brush in the chamber, you just want to take the bottom of your valve and you basically just dab the compound around just the surface here that seats into the valve seat, and then you'll just go through with the suction cup tool, and just basically what you're doing is twisting that in the valve seat on that seat there, on that shoulder, and it basically the compound acts as like a multi-grit sandpaper or cutting compound, so it starts off more harsh, and the more you use it, the finer it gets. So you just work that in the valve, in the seat back and forward to create that nice seal. So I'll go ahead and do that now and show you guys the difference on the, I don't know, I guess you call that like the shoulder or the seat of the valve once it's done. Alright, so once you're happy enough with the prep, you can go ahead and put some compound on your valves, intake or exhaust, whatever. It's the same process. So there you go, you can see I've just run sort of enough to coat around the base of the valve there. And then you're just going to carefully slide that down into the seat and start to work it back and forth and grind down the surface. So you'll feel that if you're overdoing this, and you can hear it when you start, it's a really rough sound, and as you go it gets finer and finer, and you can feel it and you can hear it. It's quite obvious. I'm not sure how well this will sound on the camera. I'm just using a built-in microphone, but if you can hear it, it'll be like, you can hear it's almost like squeaking now. It's nice and smooth. So that's basically a combination of the compound getting finer the more that it's worked, and you're actually making that surface nice and smooth now, so they're mating better. So that you can see that silver-ish ring where it's been mating against the other surface in the valve seat there, and that's what you want to look for, and that's basically what you're working for. You want to smooth that edge out so that the valve seals. Keep in mind this is like a cutting compound, so try not to spread it around any parts where it can cause friction if you put this together without like cleaning it out. Yeah, so that's the process, so I'm just going to go and do that now until I finish all these, and then I'll try and test the valves to make sure that I've got a good seal. Alrighty, I've finished lapping all the valves. This is basically just a look at the top of the combustion chambers, the valves, and the gasket surface. So I don't really know if I can get this sort of blemish out. I've been working this surface with at first Chuck's cloth and WD-40, and then I've just been going over with a flat block and some 600 grit sandpaper for a while. So to me it feels good. I'll try and use it like this and see if that's sufficient. Alright, I figure it's time to start looking at the gasket surface of the bottom end of the block. So actually before I do the gasket surface itself, I'm going to go through and just roll each piston over to top dead center and make my way through and try and clean the top of the piston and the combustion chamber. The carbon on these is pretty built up. I'll try and get it to focus on this. So yeah, I'll be interested to see how much I can clean it up, because at the moment it's pretty caked up on there. So plan of attack for that is probably just going to be WD-40 and Scotch-Brite. So I'll go ahead and try one of those now, and I'll try and get the camera to pick that up. Alright, so now that piston's at the top, I'm just going to basically try and do my best to get this cleaned back. You can, I don't know, hopefully you can see on the camera how thick the carbon is on this. So that's just in one little corner of it. Good amounts of carbon coming off of that. So I'm just being careful basically not to run the scraper on too much of an angle, because I don't want to gouge anything. It's looking a lot better already. Still surprising how much these engine components are coming back to life. I'm going to try some of this spray on the oven cleaner. Alright, so that's after one spray with some of this just general oven cleaner. This stuff seems to be pretty potent, but I was watching one channel which said he'd heard of some people damaging parts by leaving this stuff soak. So I guess if you do want to try that using this, just keep that in mind. Alright, I'm just going to keep cleaning and I'll give an update at the end. Alright, I've been going for like, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. Just using oven cleaner, Scotch Brite, and the scraper. And we've basically gone from the cylinders looking like that or even worse to this, which I'm pretty happy with. There's some slight pitting on the surface, but I don't know, I think that'll be fine to use. I'm not building a performance engine here, so nobody get confused about that. This is basically just a project for me to try and understand how the engines work and then see if I can get this one back together in some sort of condition. I spent a lot of time cleaning up the accessories for the engine which I had to salvage or purchase. I didn't record a lot of this because I guess by now you get the point. WD-40, degreaser, soapy water, Scotch Brite and wire wheels. In the next video, I can start reassembling the engine and components and try to build some sort of stand so I can eventually run test the engine if everything goes well. I think I've got all the necessary parts now to assemble the engine to a stage where I can try to start it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.